time. Looks for Deutsch. Deutsch at the one into the end zone. No play action. Now look to pass over the middle. It's intercepted by Cole Hebel. Intercepted by Hebel. Rears back, comes downfield, has Rodriguez. Rodriguez at the 40, to the 50, to the 40. Rodriguez is going to keep going. Right, Fetting's got room, and here's Bo Fetting. Fetting's still on his feet. Fetting's gone. Looking to pass, playing off, coming left side, picked up by Cotton. Alex Cotton with the pick, he'll take it back, and into the end zone.
Turn and hand the ball off. Will Starkey, he thunders his way. 30, 20, one man to beat. He's got... The middle's got a man, that's Friddle. Look out, Friddle, 40, 30, he's loose, 20, 10, touchdown.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Kate's Kennels, located in Castleton, North Dakota. We offer boarding for all of your furry companions. Whether you're going on vacation or you have an emergency, we are here for you. We know they are a member of your family, and we will treat them as if they were one of our own. Kennel tours are always welcome. Check us out on Facebook at Kate's Kennels or visit our website at kateskennels.com. Give us a call at 701-347-4176 for all your furry.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. We're back for another edition of the Coach's Corner with Lisbon High School football head coach Mark Moss. And Coach Moss, you guys played tonight against Grafton Spoilers down here in Lisbon, North Dakota. And Grafton and Lisbon, not strangers on the gridiron. You guys have faced Grafton as recently as 2020 in the quarterfinals of the high school playoffs. Did it again, I guess, in 2019. And you're also region foes back in 2010, 2014 timeframe. So what do you, as a head coach, what do you expect to see out of Grafton tonight that maybe a little bit different or something that you hadn't seen before in the from those past games?
Yeah, we've been, and you're right, Brent, Grafton is no stranger to come down to Lisbon. We're no stranger to heading up to Grafton. I've made many trips up to Grafton and played on the tundra up there. They got a nice football field, a nice school, but we played them in recent years. We played them in a couple of big playoff games in 2019 and 2020, like you said. But they're a team that is going to give us a chance. It's a non-region game to kind of work on some things that we've been working on in practice. Both offensively and defensively. But to address your point, they're going to come down here. They're going to run multiple formations. They're going to put our defense in some spots and try to get some points put up on the board there. Defensively, they seem to be pretty aggressive. They like to swarm to the ball, so we're hoping to take advantage of that. But it'll be a real fun game tonight up at the football field.
And Coach Moss, you did talk a little bit about your, offensively, how you're going to match up with them. And just going back to last week's game, your offense put up big points on the board. And, you had Bowden Greenlee running down the sideline wide open on a long pass from Wyatt Olson. Wyatt Olson was hitting a couple other, receivers with some nice passes, spreading the ball around. I think maybe that's one of the areas that's been overlooked a little bit is the play of Wyatt Olson. So maybe just talk a little bit about Wyatt and how your offense is coming along.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I love talking about Wyatt. We look at him as someone that came into the season. He's as someone that could kind of take the reins on our offense as we try to transition into being more of a balanced running and passing attack. And Wyatt was just somebody that it made sense for him to take that spot, and just steady leadership back there. He knows what everybody's supposed to be doing on every play. It never gets too high, never gets too low. And the one thing that I've been really pleased with Wyatt as the season's progressing is his accuracy and kind of the zip he's putting on the football just continues to get better and better. And we hoped he'd turn into a pretty darn good quarterback, and so far this season he has absolutely exceeded all of our expectations, and we hope that continues tonight.
Yeah, and just talk about your defense a little bit. Last week against the Oak Grove Rovers, gave up 6 points at the end of the game, but played a heck of a ball game. Oak Grove not really able to get anything going on the ground. Also through the air, we had a couple of interceptions there. Carter Walnut came up with an interception. You forced a couple turnovers. So, what do you expect out of your defense tonight against the Grafton Spoilers?
Yeah, that was, and Brent, you're right. That was our big challenge coming into last week is our defense, which had played lights out all season. Didn't feel good about their performance against Central Cass. The coaches didn't feel good about how we coached that game. The players didn't feel good about how we played that game, and the defense in particular kind of came to practice last week with the attitude that how we played against Central Cass was behind us. We're going to learn from it, and they came out and like gangbusters against Oak Grove and didn't give them any hope, didn't give them any chance to get any positive momentum going. And we love turnovers. And this, Brent, anytime you can win the turnover battle in any game, that's going to give you a really good chance to win. So just a absolutely great performance by our defense last week.
Yeah, you guys, you come off a couple, started the team with the real tough schedule with some physical ball games. And you guys were nicked up a little bit. You got Levi Sven back last week, and then also Wyatt Webb went down, and I believe it was in the first half. And we saw Grant Lyons out there towards the end of the game on kicking duty. So how are the guys holding up from the past few weeks of football, and how's the health of your team going into tonight's game?
Yeah, football's a physical game, and it just seems like this year we can't stay away from the injury bug. But some positive news on the Wyatt Webb front. It looks like we avoided any serious injury at this point. He's still getting some things checked out, but that's great. I mean, if there's a way we can get him back on the field by the end of the season, that'd just be a big boost for our football team, and he's working his tail off to get back. With Levi, we got him back on offense last week, and he's still kind of dealing with some things, getting himself back up to 100%, and we're hoping that if we can kind of get through this game and avoid any kind of setbacks, that we'll have Levi at 100% as we get back into our region schedule next week with some big games to finish out our region schedule. But those are two big players, and we're hoping that Cam Opp is another player that he's looking like he's going to be on track to come back here in the next game or so. So, at this point in the year, a lot of our players are dealing with, bumps and bruises and nagging injuries. But if we can get our team back to full strength, I feel good about the rest of our season.
All right, Coach. Hey, you talked a little bit about your seniors, somebody like Levi Stem or Carter Wallner, and tonight's senior night for the Broncos. So, can you just go a little bit into what those seniors, what they've meant for the team and their leadership so far this year on the 2022-2023 Lisbon Broncos?
Oh, yeah. I mean, these seniors, 4 years now, they've played in a lot of big football games, won a lot of big football games, been part of kind of getting Bronco football back on the winning track after a few down years. But specifically about this senior class, just the leadership they provide is outstanding. Kind of the role modeling for our younger players. They come to practice with the right attitude every day. They work hard. They want to get better. And that's something that our younger football players, our younger athletes can look up to. And hopefully, when this senior class graduates, the legacy that they've left behind continues with a bunch of kids that turn out to be just like them. And I also want to mention that this senior class, they're also great kids outside of the football field. They're great in the classroom. They volunteer. They're just fun kids to be around. So they are the epitome of what it means to be a student athlete. And I'm just absolutely couldn't be more pleased with this group of senior athletes and the effects they've had on our football program and in our school in general.
Yeah, of course, it says a lot when you have 11 seniors that are out there for Lisbon playing in a big game tonight, leading the Broncos, showing those underclassmen how it's done out there on the football field, just like you said, not only in the football field, but in the classroom and also in the community. So setting a great tradition, a great example for the Broncos.
Absolutely.
All right, Coach. Well, this will wrap it up for this edition of the Coach's Corner with head Lisbon football coach Mark Moss. Coach, good luck tonight in your game against Grafton.
Yeah, thanks, Brent. Thanks for doing our game.
Yep, you're welcome.
All right, everyone, we are going live here now at Lisbon, North Dakota, between this game of Grafton versus the Lisbon Broncos. Grafton comes into this game 0-5, searching for their first win on the season. Lisbon sitting at 3-2, coming off a victory up at Oak Grove, North Dakota. Getting ready to kick off, going through the starting lineups. So going through the starting lineups for Lisbon. On defense, Lisbon will kick off. So starting on defense, at quarterback is number 2, Carter Wallner, 5'7", 155-pound quarterback. Free safety, number 11, Wyatt Olson, 5'11", 170-pound junior. Another quarterback, 5'10", junior, 155 pounds, number 20, Mike Nelson. And our linebacking core, outside linebacker, number 5, 5'10", 175-pound, Bowden Greenlee. Inside linebacker, number 55, 6'1", 200 pounds, Gabe Lyons. Number 12, another inside linebacker, 6'1", 180 pounds, Blaze Ranke. Outside linebacker, number 30, Griffin McDaniel, 6', 175-pound senior. Looking at that front line, defensive line for the Broncos. At left guard, at left end, number 52, 5'11", 180-pound senior, Colton Tapson. The left tackle, number 60, 6'1", 220 pounds, Sam Kelson. And the kick is away. And it is fielded at the 20-yard line. So Grafton will take over. Nice little return. Still going upfield is Grafton. So that ball is returned up to the 30-yard line, 35-yard line. That's where Grafton will take over on offense. So we're just underway here in the first quarter. 11:53 to go. Ball will be on the 35-yard line. Grafton takes over. And starting at quarterback for Grafton is number 2, Tony Villarreal, 5'11", 170-pound junior. So Villarreal fake toss. Now a little bit of counter to the inside, back to the left side. Nothing going there on that left side. The Lisbon defense on that left side of the line able to stop that run. A little bit of
play lost the 2 yards on that. So that is a loss of 2 yards for Grafton. Ball back to the 33-yard line. 2nd down and 12 for Grafton. Opening series of the quarter of the game. Grafton took over on the 35-yard line. Now Villarreal drops back to pass. Has a receiver on the outside. That is complete to Braylon Baldwin, 5'10", 160-pound wide receiver, number 1, Braylon Baldwin, tackled by Bowden Greenlee, defending that for the Broncos. That is a gain of 3 yards on that reception for Braylon Baldwin. So Villarreal's first pass attempt is complete. Pick up a 3 yards on that play, brings up 3rd down and 9. So we got a 3rd and 9 here, looking for a blitz. And we got false start on the right side for Grafton. So a false start on the right side of the field. Wide receivers took off a little bit too quick. Lisbon was showing blitz on that play, had to back off. So that'll back them up back to the 31-yard line, it looks like. So this will be 3rd down. Ball on the 31-yard line, 3rd and 13. So Villarreal back to pass. As a receiver, runs into the defender there. So Villarreal, incomplete pass to Chance Byrne. Well defended by the Broncos. Blaze Ranky on the coverage for the Broncos. Nice coverage. Incomplete pass, that brings up 4th down and 13. Back to receive is Bowden Greenlee for Lisbon. So Honor Bank North scoreboard just getting underway. 10-12 to go in the first quarter. Punt is away, almost blocked by Lisbon. Blaze Ranky getting through there. Oh, touches a Lisbon receiver. Mike Nelson had touched that and had to fall down on it. So Lisbon will take over at their 40-yard line. The 4th and 13. Blaze Ranky shoots through there, almost had a block. And on the coverage, Greenlee lets it hit the ground. Nelson runs into it and has to fall on it. Saving that possession for the Broncos. Just a little miscue by Mike Nelson. Now Wyatt Olson for the Broncos brings them up in the shotgun formation. Greenlee just off to the right side. Svem in motion to the left. Wyatt Olson looks back to pass, going deep with the ball. Has Greenlee down the sideline, and Greenlee makes that reception. Greenlee made that reception going down the sideline. Looks like it was out of bounds. So they will call that an incomplete. Looked like he had Greenlee along the sideline at about the 30-yard line, but just couldn't hang on to it, went out of bounds. So Lisbon right away going for that home run ball, trying to show something here early on that they can pass the ball. So brings up 2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line. Hand off to Greenlee. Oh, option keep there. Olson keeps it. Well defended by Grafton. Let the Grafton outside linebacker come up on that. Well defended. So a short gain for Lisbon. About a yard gain on that for Wyatt Olson. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 9 ball on the 41-yard line, about the 41.5-yard line for Lisbon. So Olson bringing them shotgun formation, 3rd and 9, Greenlee off to the left side. Twin receivers onto the left. Now a completion to Levi Svem, but he's brought down for another short gain. So another pass for Lisbon brings down Svem, about a 3-yard completion. So Svem on the completion from Olson for 3 yards. That'll bring up a 4th and 5 from the 45-yard line. 4th and 5 situation for Lisbon. Svem. They can't hear? Okay.
A loss of 1 will bring up 2nd and 11 for the Spoilers.
There. All right, we got our sound check there. Everything's working now, so I think our volume is back. So Lisbon had to punt the ball there. Grafton has control of it. It is 2nd and 11, balls on the 10-yard line. In the first quarter, 7:44 to go. So there's a sweeper on the left-hand side.
Pitch to Chance Burns.
So Burns takes it around the left-hand side for a short gain, short to no gain on the play. They bring up 4th down, 4th and 11. Excuse me, 3rd and 11.
Colton taps it on the
I can do it.
1 yard gain on the play will bring up 3rd and 10 for the Spoilers.
Yeah,
Ball
no,
on
I
their
can.
own 11-yard line.
I can do it. That's not. Yeah. So a gain of a yard on that play. Now 3rd and 10, balls on the 11-yard line. Still in the first quarter, 7:36 to go. Villarreal drops back to pass, looking for a receiver. And that ball is bobbled here on the near sideline. And it falls incomplete, defended there by Mike Nelson and Bowden Greenlee. So another incomplete pass for Villarreal. Baldwin, the intended receiver on the play. Baylon Baldwin not able to come up with that. Juggles it along the near sideline. So that brings up 4th and 10. Grafton back on their own 11-yard line. Just punting from the front side of the end zone. The ball is away to Greenlee. Greenlee's going to let that one roll. They're looking for that short hop. Was Greenlee not able to get that, and just has to let it roll by him. So ball bounces down to the 43-yard line.
42-yard line.
Okay, ball out. Lisbon will take over on the 42-yard line. So 1st and 10 on the 42 for Lisbon. So 1st and 10, Olsen brings him up to the line, shotgun formation. Greenlee in motion out to the left. Little swing pass to Greenlee, hit immediately and fumbled by Greenlee, ruled incomplete.
Pass to Greenlee is incomplete.
So that pass to Greenlee falls incomplete, hard hit on Greenlee by Aiden McLean. McLean, a senior, 6 foot, 155-pound senior. So that brings up 2nd down for Lisbon. 2nd and 10, balls on the 42-yard line. So Olsen under center. Griffin McDaniel, the backfield, leading the way for Greenlee. Big hole up the center for Greenlee. Little second effort there. It falls down for a gain of about 8 yards. Just short of the 1st down is Bowden Greenlee across midfield. Bowden Greenlee able to get a little second effort there. Now 3rd and 1 for Lisbon. Ball's on the 49-yard line.
3rd and 1 for the Broncos.
Olsen under center. McDaniel, fullback. Greenlee finds another hole on the right side. Breaks open and through the middle. 2nd and 3rd effort. Greenlee still going. Keeps those feet moving. So Bowden Greenlee with the big gain. Goes from the 49 down to the 29-yard line of Grafton. Spotted right at the 30. About a 19-yard gain for Bowden Greenlee on that carry. Griffin McDaniel, the fullback, leading the way through the hole. Following number 30, so Greenlee picks up a nice gain there. Now 1st and 10 for Lisbon. Ball on the 30-yard line. Olsen back under center. McDaniel the backfield. Now Olsen keeps it. Looking to cut the edges. Olsen able to get the edge now. Picking up positive yardage. Nice gain for Olsen. So Baldwin again on the defending that. That was a 10-yard run, 11-yard run for Olsen. So Olsen elects to keep it, a little more option quarterbacking from Wyatt Olsen. Olsen under center, I formation. McDaniel leading the way, and all counter to fake to McDaniel. Pitch sweep to Bowden Greenlee, hits the right-hand side, and just not able to cut that corner. A pickup of about 2 yards. About a 2-yard gain for Bowden Greenlee on that carry. Be Bowden's third carry of the game. Has about 3 carries for 29 yards. Now brings up second and 5 for Lisbon. Second and 6 on the scoreboard, so they give him 4 yards on that carry. So 4 yards for Greenlee. Olsen under center. This Fem in motion to the left side, sets up just on the end of the formation. Another handoff to Greenlee. Greenlee being patient, looking for a hole, able to fall forward for a gain of about 2 yards. Brings up third down. Lisbon on the 12-yard line.
Tackled by Chago Galvin.
Oh, Lisbon on the 13-yard line now, 3rd and 5. So 3rd and 5 from the 13. Olsen back under center. I formation, McDaniel the fullback, Greenlee tailback. False start on number 57, the right-hand side of the line for Lisbon. So that is a false start on Parker Tapson, sophomore, 6'2", 225-pounder. So motion on the Broncos, backs him up. 5 yards, now 3rd and 9. Ball's on the 18. In the first quarter, 4:35 to go in the first quarter. Still scoreless, Lisbon knocking on the door. And Olsen drops back to pack, looking downfield, has Fem wide open. Just overthrows him. Fem was open in the backside of the end zone. Olsen just not able to set up and step into that and deliver it. So that brings up 4th and 10. Ball's on the 18-yard line for Lisbon. The Levi's Fem was able to get a little bit of separation on that. Olsen not able to set up and deliver. An old field goal unit for Lisbon, so to speak. I'll still have to go for it. 4th and 10. Ball's on the 18-yard line. Still able to pick up a first down as Lisbon. Olsen under center, I formation, fake to McDaniel. Blitz by Grafton comes through there. Big play for Grafton, able to stop that 4th and 10 on Lisbon. So darting through there.
Spoilers will take over on down.
And sacking the quarterback for a big loss. So Grafton will take over 1st and 10. Ball's on the 30-yard line. And one of the things that Coach Mahoney had talked about is just being able to match up with Lisbon athletically on the field. And so far they've been able to do that, trading blows with Lisbon. Lisbon threatened got down to the 13-yard line. Penalty pushed him back to the 18, not able to convert on the 4th and 10. Now Grafton takes over. Villarreal having just a little bit of success on the passing, finding receivers for short yardage passes. Now drops back. Has a receiver on the far sideline. And that'll be a reception to
pass complete. Mike Nelson on the tackle.
So it looked like Mike Nelson over there defending it. And that was to Chance Burns, 5'8", 160-pound senior. So that brings up 2nd and 4. Burns picks up a 6-yard reception. Now center of the field, another pass dropped incomplete. That was intended for Braylon Baldwin. Baldwin had it momentarily. Greenlee there to defend for the Broncos.
Really on the coverage, the pass was incomplete.
So that pass falls incomplete. Lisbon on defense able to defend that. 3rd and 4 for Grafton on their own 37-yard line. In the first quarter, 3:45 on the clock. Clock is stopped. Villarreal drops back to pass, looking downfield. He rolls all to the left, not finding anything. Is sacked. over on the far sideline. Looks like maybe Gabe Lyons over there. No, Colton Tapson picks up the sack for Colton Tapson. So Tapson takes Villarreal down for a loss, drops him back. Now 4th and 14. So ball is on the 34-yard line. Greenlee back to receive the punt. That punt is just a little bit of a shank there, almost straight up. Stops right at midfield, so Lisbon will take over at the 50-yard line. And we'll go ahead and cut away for a quick word from our sponsors.
Fact. High schools need every sports official they can find. Want to ensure that kids keep playing? Become an official and a leader. Over 25,000 North Dakota student athletes participate in statewide school-sponsored sports programs. Sports provide students with real-time training for real life. Teamwork and planning under pressure provide our young men and women with skills that will serve them throughout their lives.
All right, we are back here. Lisbon took over at midfield, and Greenlee, or Wyatt Olson on the sweep. Quarterback keeper on the left-hand side, so Wyatt Olson takes it downfield. Lisbon started this drive at the 50-yard line. Wyatt Olson gets down to the 38. So it'll be Lisbon 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line of Grafton. It was about a 12-yard gain for Wyatt Olson. So Olson shotgun formation. Greenlee just split to the left. Hand off to Greenlee. Big hole on the right side. Greenlee has a lot of running room. Across the 30 down to the 25-20. Greenlee brought down just short of the 20-yard line. So Greenlee a pickup of about 18 yards on that. Big hole on the right-hand side of the field. A lot of running room for Greenlee over there. So Lisbon now 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Clock is running, 2:35 to go in the first quarter. So Greenlee in the backfield with Olson. Olson shotgun formation. Yep, trips to the left side. Now Nelson in motion. Fake to Nelson. Draw. Olson calls his own number. Olson, a lot of running room on the left-hand side. Brought down by Chance Burns.
Tackled by Chance Burns.
So Chance Burns able to catch up to Olson and bring him down. Olson a little bit of shaking up on that play. A couple yard gain there for Wyatt Olson. So Olson does pick up the first down, walking back to coach to get the play. Still a little bit of shaking up is Wyatt Olson. So Olson, another nice gain on that run, goes back to the huddle. Clock continues to run, a minute 50 to go in the first quarter. So Lisbon hustles up to the line. Olson in shotgun formation. Greenlee off to the right-hand side. Pitch to Greenlee. Greenlee makes a move to the edge, now cuts back to the opposite side of the field. Greenlee still on his feet, now brought down again.
Greenlee on the carry. Tackled by
So Greenlee, about a 3-yard gain on that. Running a sweep to the right side. Nothing going over there, so changes it back to the opposite field. Picks up a gain of about 3 yards. Unofficially, that's rush number 6 for Bowden Greenlee. So second goal now for Broncos. Another handoff to Greenlee to the left side. Big hole for Greenlee. Greenlee falls across the goal line. It is a touchdown for Bowden Greenlee. So Bowden Greenlee from 7 yards out runs it in on a 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. So 58 seconds to go in the first quarter. Lisbon's on the board. So Lisbon will go for the 2-point conversion. So Olson under center. McDaniel at fullback. Greenlee tailback I formation. Spin motion to the right side. Hand off to Greenlee. Tripped up So good defensive play, athletic play there on that 2-point conversion. He's tripped up by Abram Savini. Savini, a 6 foot, 170-pound junior. So that 2-point conversion is no good for Lisbon. So that means we'll drop away and pay some bills here with the 30-second timeout with an ad from our sponsors.
Wouldn't exist. It may be more.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Let's get real.
All right, we're back here in Lisbon, North Dakota. Lisbon goes up by a score of 6-0 here in the first quarter with 58 seconds to go. Set to kick off for Lisbon is Grant Lyons, big interior lineman kicking off for the Broncos. Number 23, Wyatt Webb, out this game with an injury. Not able to perform kicking duty, so Lyons kicks it downfield. And Burns, receiver, still on his feet, and now falls ahead to about the 32-yard line, maybe 33-yard line. Or excuse me, about the 28-yard line. So Grafton will take over 1st and 10. Ball is on the 29-yard line. 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. And Villarreal brings them up to the line. 2 setbacks, left and right side, shotgun formation. Villarreal looking downfield, has a receiver down the near sideline, just overthrows him. Intended receiver on that was Braylon Baldwin. Baldwin just not able to catch up with that. Well defended there by the Broncos by number 20, Mike Nelson. That brings up 2nd and 10 for Lisbon. Ball for Grafton on their own 29-yard line. Got scoring drive for Lisbon. Greenlee's able to take it in from 7 yards out. Big hole on the left-hand side of the line. Now Villarreal brings them up. Shotgun formation. Back just off to the right-hand side. Now intercepted. Intercepted by Blaze Ranke. Right into the hands of Ranke. Ranke down to the 10-5, and he's crossed for a touchdown. So Blaze Ranke intercepts the pass from Villarreal. Another 6 points on the board for Lisbon. So Ranke on the interception. Lisbon strikes again. 37 seconds to go in the first quarter. Blaze Ranke intercepts it at about the 36-yard line. Villarreal just didn't see him there in the left center of the field. Ranke picks it up and takes it down. Across the goal line for 6 points. Lisbon now a 2-point conversion. Olsen shotgun formation looking to pass. Greenlee, the outlet back, decides to pull it down. Now he has Film roaming across the center of the field, not able to connect on that pass is from Olsen to Fem, so that is no good. So Lisbon will take a 12-point lead, 12-0 now with 37 seconds to go in the first quarter. That'll mean we'll need another 30-second timeout.
Enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. With the Hope Golf Course, you can enjoy your personal time in town. For more information, go to www.hopend.com.
All right, Lisbon set to kick off. And received at the 17-yard line. Still on their feet and breaking through the center of the line. And cross the 40, the 30, and pulling away now from Wyatt Olson, from Blaze Ranke, and going in is Chance Burns. So Chance Burn on that 80-yard touchdown run. On the ensuing kickoff, Chance Burns fields it at about the 17, 18-yard line, scampers downfield, able to break through that center of the Lisbon kick defense. Takes it across the goal line for a 80-yard touchdown return for Chance Burns. So Grafton comes with an answers back right away. Lisbon had 12 unanswered. Grafton the answers back on an 80-yard kickoff return from Chance Burns. A 2-point conversion. Villarreal looking to pass. And darting through his Blaze Ranke. He has a receiver, and that is caught. So that 2-point conversion is good. So Villarreal hits McLean on the left-hand side of the field for that 2-point conversion. Now the score is 12-8. With 23 seconds left to go, Grafton answers back, puts eight points on the board. We'll go ahead and take another 30-second break.
In Hope, North Dakota.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
We make products that last decades. Being able to stand behind our products and having something that is so known for that is awesome.
All right, back here in the first quarter, Burns on an 80-yard touchdown return puts Grafton on the board. 2-point conversion is good. The score is now 12-8. Grafton set to kick off for Lisbon. Nelson and Greenlee set to receive in the backfield for the Broncos. That kick is away. And Greenlee takes it at about the 20-yard line. Through the center of the field is Greenlee. Greenlee does have some running room. Crosses the 45 to about the 48-yard line on that return. Well, Lisbon will take over 1st and 10 on their own 47-yard line. Greenlee tried to answer back there, breaking up the middle. Brought down at the 48-yard line on that kick return. Well, Olsen brings him up to the line. Shotgun formation. Greenlee's just off to the left. Hand off to Greenlee up the middle. Little arm tackle now. Greenlee darting down the near side of the line. Has some room. Greenlee cuts it out. Still tiptoeing down the sideline. Knocked out of bounds at about the 23-yard line.
And that's the Broncos' first down.
So it'll be first down for Lisbon at the Grafton 23-yard line. That is the end of the first quarter. So Greenlee on a run puts Lisbon into Grafton territory down to the 23-yard line. We'll go ahead and break away for a 30-second timeout.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on YourLiveEvent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter! Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on YourLiveEvent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7. If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Natick, Page, and Castleton. Or view our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
All right, we're back in Lisbon, North Dakota. Lisbon and Grafton duking it out here in this first quarter. Lisbon put up 12 unanswered. And just going through the scoring at 58 seconds remaining in that first quarter. Bowden Greenlee runs it in from 7 yards out, puts Lisbon up on the board. Swing possession by Grafton. Blaze Ranke intercepts a pass from Villarreal with 37 seconds remaining. Lisbon goes up 12-0. Both two-point conversions, no good for Lisbon. Then at the 23-second marks, and then an ensuing kickoff by the Bronco, Chance Burns rambles 80 yards on a return for a touchdown. So Burns puts Grafton up on the board with 6 points. Two-point conversion on a pass from Villarreal is good. So 8 points for Grafton. Now on the opening play of the second quarter, handoff to Levi's Film around the right-hand side. Sweep by Levi's Film. It's like maybe a gain of about 6. He'll give him 8 yards on that for Levi's Film. So his first, I'll give him 9 yards for Levi's Film. So that's Film's second carry of the night. Gain of 9, be 2nd and 1 for Lisbon. Just the start of the second quarter, 11:21 to go in the second quarter. Lisbon's up 12-8 in Grafton territory at the 14-yard line. Olsen brings them up under center. So Olsen, another sweep to Svem. Svem's finding some running room around that left-hand side. Dives across over the goal line. It's Svem. So Svem dives across and scores for the Broncos. Levi looked like he was going to cut her to the outside and then cut back to the inside on that, finding a big hole. Dives across the goal line for the touchdown. So the opening minute of this first quarter, Levi's Film strikes pay dirt from about the 14-yard line. 14-yard run for Levi's Film. And on the two-point conversion, Olsen under center. McDaniel, the fullback, hand off to Green. The Greenlee on the left-hand side finds a big hole. Nice block by McDaniel, opening up that hole for Greenlee, sailing off the inside, and that two-point conversion is good for Lisbon. So on this change of possession and ensuing kickoff, we'll go ahead and break away again for another 30-second timeout.
But worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
As an American Family Agent, I look out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Chris Heisey. Visit me online at chrisheisey.com. These days, everyone wants to save money. I can show you how easy it is by having multiple policies. By combining your auto and homeowner's insurance, I can put some change back into your pocket. My website again is chrisheisey.com. I want to be your American Family Agent.
American Family Insurance.
All right, welcome back to Lisbon, North Dakota. Ensuing kickoff after that Levi's Film 14-yard run. Two-point conversion good by Greenlee, puts Lisbon up 20-8 in the first quarter. 10:59 to go in the first quarter. Grant Lyon kicks it down and goes out of bounds. at about the 11, 12 yard line, so that kick does go out of bounds. Will be a kicking penalty on Lisbon. That is a kicking penalty on Lisbon. Brings the ball to the 35-yard line. Grafton will take over 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. We're in the second quarter, 10:59 to go. Lisbon leads this 20-8. Villarreal brings them up to the line, shotgun formation. Savini in the backfield with Villarreal. The Twins on the right-hand side. Now Chance Byrne takes a sweep. Back around the right-hand side. He's bottled up by Grant Lyons and number 30, Griffin McDaniel. So Grafton trying to end around to their own, not finding anything on that left-hand or right-hand side of the field. Snuffed out by Grant Lyons and Griffin McDaniel. Lost the 3 on the play for Burns. Villarreal brings him back up. Shotgun formation. Trips on the right-hand side. Looking downfield is Villarreal. Lisbon's rushed. Villarreal just has to get rid of that. Colton Tapson back there in the backfield. Whole host of Bronco linemen in the backfield. Put the rush on Villarreal, not able to find anybody, just had to throw that away. So that brings up 3rd and 13, ball on the 32-yard line of Grafton's. So Villarreal brings it back to the line. Nobody in the backfield. Trips on the right-hand side. Twins on the left. Now we got a timeout. Like we do have a timeout on Grafton. So Grafton calls a timeout on a 3rd and 13. Balls on their own 32-yard line. We'll step away for another timeout.
Hey, what you doing?
Crawling around under my planter trying to figure out if I need any maintenance parts replaced.
It's harvest time, buddy.
Yeah, I know, but the guys at RDK Enterprises keep reminding me to check now, just in case I need something ordered.
What do I look for?
Just give RDK a call and ask some questions. They are the guys I go to for answers.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. We will answer all of your planter questions or come out to your farm and take a look at your planter. Give us a call, 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
And welcome back to Lisbon, North Dakota. In the second quarter, 10-12 remaining in the second quarter. Grafton's ball. It's a 3rd and 13. Ball's on the 32-yard line. Villarreal brings them back up to the line. Shotgun formation. Twins left and right. Heavy on the right-hand side. Lisbon darting through there is Gabe Lyons. Lyons putting pressure on Villarreal. The Lions put that pressure on Villarreal. Had to throw it away. That brings up a 4th and 13. Good pressure by the Broncos, bringing Gabe Lyons through the line. So now a fourth down situation for Grafton. There's a penalty up, intentional grounding on Grafton on the play.
Intentional grounding on the Spoilers.
That'll back up the Spoilers. Back across the 20 to about the 10-yard line, so it'll be 4th down now. Punting from the inside their own end zone will be Grafton. Well, Greenlee set back to receive the punt for Lisbon. Well, that punt is away. Greenlee set to receive it, lets it bounce, picks it up on the bounce. Greenlee looking to the left-hand side, has a little bit of running room, crowd across the 50, down to the 40. Falls down at the 40-yard line. About a 15-yard return for Bowden Greenlee on that punt. Lisbon will take over inside Grafton territory. Starting on the Grafton 40-yard line. Lisbon taking over 1st and 10 at the Grafton 40-yard line. Olsen brings it back up under center. They're in the shotgun formation. Now sets Greenlee in motion. Swing pass to Greenlee. Has a blocker out. Not able to hold his block over. There's Mike Nelson. That's a missed tackle there. Looked like on chance Burns. So Burns missed Greenlee. Greenlee able to pick up some positive yardage. If you would have been able to wrap up Greenlee on that, it would have been a loss. Tackle for a loss, but instead Greenlee's able to pick up 6 on that pass. Greenlee picks up 6 yards. Be 2nd and 4. Ball's on the 34-yard line. In the second quarter, 9:21 to go. Shotgun formation. A fake to Greenlee. Olsen calls his own number. Falls ahead for maybe a half yard. Is Wyatt Olsen on this right-hand side or near sideline. Or maybe give him a yard on that carry. For Wyatt Olsen, calling his own number, falling ahead for maybe about a half yard gain. Brings up 3rd and 4. The Twins on the left-hand side, Greenlee in the backfield. Oh, a bit of motion there on the defensive side. Nothing called on the encroachment of the neutral zone infraction. Greenlee back there trying to protect Olsen. Olsen still on his feet running. Just going to throw it away now. Has Fim over on the near sideline. So Olsen back there scrambling, had a couple blockers there trying to protect him. Olsen steps up and delivers over to the near sideline. To Svem, brings up 4th down and 4 for Lisbon. So that will be an incomplete pass from Olsen to Levi Svem. He had 8:27 to go in the second quarter. A good pressure by the Grafton defense on there. Olsen not able to get set. Brings him up under 7. Now we have motion. Motion by the Broncos. False start.
Motion penalty on the Broncos.
Well, back Lisbon up again. 4th down. Puts the ball on the, it's like the 29-yard line. Or excuse me, the 39-yard line. So now 4th and 9, balls on the 39-yard line. So Olsen brings it back up to the line. Yeah, I formation, and all under center is Wyatt Olsen. And Olsen rolls out to the left-hand side, has a receiver open over there. It's Mike Nelson looking deeper downfield. This film had 2 receivers on that far side. Nelson was wide open, trying to get Olsen's attention. That pass is incomplete. Olsen had a little different idea on his mind there, going deep on the deep route to Levi's film. That pass falls incomplete. So Grafton will take over at their own 39-yard line. So change of possession on that 4th and 14. Lisbon not able to convert. Grafton takes over at the 8:20 mark in the second quarter. Villarreal brings them up. Shotgun formation, has trips on the right, Twins on the left-hand side of the line, spread out. And we do have it's like a false start. That was one of the receivers that maybe moved on that far side of the field. So a far start on Grafton. The Spoilers able to take over off a failed 4th down conversion by the Broncos. Going to back them up 5 yards, so now 1st and 15. Ball's on the 34-yard line. So Villarreal set back. Quick out. And the pass falls incomplete, intended for Abram Savini. So Savini not able to corral that one. Had a little bit of room over there on the right-hand side of the line, just not able to bring that pass in. So that one falls incomplete, brings up a 2nd and 15. Grafton still in the huddle. 2nd and 15, balls on the 34-yard line. Now Villarreal brings him up to the line. Trips on the right, Twins on the left-hand side. Spread formation. Villarreal looking to pass, drops back. Pressure by Lisbon in the backfield and sacked for a big loss. So Gabe Lyons in the backfield along with Colton Tapson.
Tackled by Gabe Lyons.
So Gabe Lyons, Colton Tapson teaming up on that quarterback sack for a big loss. Drops him all the way back to the 25-yard line. That brings up a 3rd down. 3rd and 21 from Grafton 21 or 25-yard line. So after that motion penalty, Lisbon comes back with a big play on the quarterback sack by Tapson and Gabe Lyons. Villarreal brings them back up, 3rd and 21. Shotgun formation, spread offense. Looking to pass, just not able to connect with his receivers on that far side. So pass intended for Delgado. Villarreal stepped back. Tried to hit a timing pattern there across the middle, but Delgado just not looking for the pass, and that one falls incomplete. So 4th and 21 now for Grafton. In the second quarter, 7:24 to go remains in the second quarter. Lisbon leads this one 20-8. Spoilers back to punt. Greenlee set to receive for the Broncos. That punt is away. It's a low line drive punt to Greenlee. Greenlee's going to field that on the bounce. And Greenlee on the left-hand side finds a little bit of running room, takes it out just to the cross midfield to the 50-yard line. So ball right at midfield where Lisbon will take over on that return from Greenlee. So we'll go ahead and keep it here. 7:12 remaining in this second quarter. Lisbon takes over at midfield. The ball fielded by Greenlee about the 40-yard line. 10-yard punt return for Greenlee. Now Olsen brings it back. Shotgun formation. Nelson in motion. And a pitch to Nelson here on the near side, coming around, hitting the corner. Blockers out front as Nelson finding some room. Nelson still on his feet. Nelson cuts it back across the far side of the field. Nelson across the 20. The 10 still not able to break free as Nelson. Nelson held up a little bit there in traffic. Crosses the 20 down to about the 5-yard line is Mike Nelson. About a 45-yard run for Nelson on that carry. Brings him down to the 5-yard line. So Nelson on that sweeper on the near sideline. Finds a little bit of running room off to the right and then breaks it back across the field. Picks up big yards, brings it down to the 45-yard line. Now Svem in motion on that far side. Hand off to Svem around the far side. Going to fall forward. Svem falls forward across the goal line. Looks like maybe his knee had touched. Looks like Levi Svem is down just short of the goal line. So to bring up a 2nd and 1 for Levi Svem.
They'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line for the Broncos.
So 2nd goal for Lisbon. Ball is on the 1-yard line. As Svem takes it up on that end around for a 3-yard gain to that left-hand side. I formation, hand off to McDaniel. McDaniel up the middle. Falls across for a touchdown, so that is Griffin McDaniel's 2nd touchdown on the season.
McDaniel with the 1-yard touchdown run.
So McDaniel puts another one in the end zone for Lisbon on that fullback run up the middle. So at 5:37 to go, Lisbon on a 1-yard Griffin McDaniel run puts 6 more on the board, puts them up 26-0. On the 2-point conversion, Olsen to Greenlee. Greenlee runs it in for the 2-point conversion. That is good. So Lisbon up now 28-0. We'll go ahead and break away for another 30-second timeout.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community. One that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. With the Hope Golf Course, you can enjoy your personal time in town. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
That kick is away in. Received at about the 10-yard, then whipped out of bounds by Gabe Lyons on that kick return. So Gabe Lyons on the coverage for the Broncos. Closes quickly, takes down Baldwin out of bounds at about the 25, 24-yard line. So Gabe Lyons, a senior, teaming up with the quarterback sack for Colton Taps on him. Now on the kick coverage, able to get downfield, has a big tackle here at the 23-yard line. So that's where Grafton will take over on their own 23-yard line. Lisbon leads this one by a score of 28-8. Well, Lisbon switching up the defense a little bit, just trying to react and get the best matchups possible. Now Villarreal drops back the pass, flushed out of the pocket as Villarreal goes to the near sideline. I think he's looking for Braylon Baldwin. Baldwin about 5 yards away from that pass. And Villarreal just not able to step into that. Not able to connect with Baldwin on the near sideline. I think just right back here. So Villarreal brings them back up to the line. Shotgun formation. Villarreal looking downfield. 2nd and 10 and connects with his receiver. It will be a first down, falling across to the 37, 38-yard line. Falls across to the 36. So the ball spotted at the 36-yard line. Wyatt Olson defending that for the Broncos. It looked like Aiden McCain on the reception for Grafton. Well, Villarreal brings it back to the line. Shotgun formation, spread offense. Has twins on, or trips on the left side of the line. Now Villarreal calls his own number, draw up the middle. A lot of running room for Villarreal. Mike Nelson on the near sideline, not able to make the tackle on Villarreal. So Villarreal gets across midfield into Broncos territory down to the 35, 36-yard line of Lisbon. A nice run there for Villarreal.
He picks up about 20 yards on that carry. He calls his own number. A little delayed draw, quarterback draw on that play. 4:39 to go in the second quarter. Grafton has a little bit of momentum. They're not out of this one yet. Putting something in the end zone right now would be big for the Spoilers going into that second half. Now a handoff up the middle to Savini. Savini finds a few yards up the middle of that Bronco defense. Picks up about 2 yards. Savini with the short game brings up 2nd and 8. Ball's on the Broncos 35-yard line. Savini in the backfield with Villarreal. They have twins left and right. Villarreal drops back, pressured by the Broncos. Now Grant Lyons in the backfield putting the pressure on. They'll brought down over there with Colton Tapson. It's like Colton Tapson and Griffin McDaniel wrap up, are able to contain Villarreal on that far sideline over there. So to bring up 3rd and 10. Loss of 2 yards on that play for Villarreal. Oh, Villarreal, nice run there. Breaking about a 20-yard run across the midfield stripe into Bronco territory. Now moving backwards with that 2-yard loss. Brings up a 3rd and 10. Villarreal drops back to pass, not able to connect in the center of the field with his receiver. So they got a 4th down situation coming up. So Villarreal not able to connect with his receiver in the middle of the field. Drop pass. Be decision time for Coach Dave Mahoney and the Grafton Spoilers. Going into the second half, could be a big down here. Putting points on the board would be big for Grafton to stay into this game. Don't want to turn it over to the Broncos and let them have another chance to put 6 more or 8 more on the board. Villarreal is going to bring them up to the line. Maybe we'll have a hard count, try to draw them off sides. That trips on the right. And we have, it's like maybe a timeout or a flag. It would be a false start. There are flags on the play. So it is delay a game. So the play clock had ticked down. So it's delay a game on the Grafton Spoilers. So moving back 5 yards. Ball is now spotted on the 42-yard line. Still 3:12 to go in the second quarter. And Villarreal still in the backfield, brings them up. Shotgun formation on a 4th and 15. Sets Baldwin in motion. Slow snap to Villarreal. Pressure by Tapson. No, almost intercepted in the center of the field by Griffin McDaniel. McDaniel just not able to find the handle on that. So Lisbon will take over on downs with 3:06 to go. And we'll go ahead and break away for another 30-second timeout.
To get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
We're back here in the second quarter in Lisbon, North Dakota. Lisbon leads this one by a score of 28-8. Oh, Olsen drops back to pass, still looking for his receiver downfield, and it is caught. So that pass is caught over here on the near sideline across midfield. Well, Lincoln Adair hauls that pass in. Well, Lisbon across midfield down to the 48-yard line. About a 15-yard reception from Wyatt Olsen to Lincoln Adair. So Olsen hurries him up to the line, shotgun formation. Clock continues to run. Greenlee leaks out into the right-hand flats, looking deep downfield. That's Fem downfield, and that pass is knocked away. They're well defended by Grafton on that play. Hits it at the high point, knocks it out of bounds.
Baldwin on the coverage. They'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Broncos.
Just not able to connect on that pass from Olson to Svem down the near sideline. Knocked out of bounds, well defended by Grafton. 2:30 remaining, clock did stop in the second quarter. Olson brings him back up to the line. Shotgun formation. Greenlee just off the right-hand side. Twins left and right. The pressure by Grafton, able to wrap up Olson. Oh, Olson's able to get away. Scrambling as Olson finds the receiver. Greenlee, the outlet back, has the reception. Pickup of about 5 yards. Greenlee still on his feet. Now he fumbled it. It looks like it is recovered by Grafton. And Greenlee on that second and third effort has the ball stripped away from him at the 45-yard line. So that is a turnover by Lisbon with 2:15 to go in this second quarter. Grafton able to hold on that defensive stand. It's a turnover, a strip fumble there down the far sideline. Greenlee putting in that second, third effort, just not able to hold on to the ball. So Grafton will take over, 1st and 10, ball's on the 45-yard line. The Villarreal shotgun formation looking downfield, has a receiver, and looks like it's caught. It is incomplete. The ball just through the hands of the receiver to Chance Burns. There is a flag on the play, middle of the field. Down there where the holding on the offensive line. Well, the Spoilers catch a break here with that turnover. First play of this drive, dinged with the holding penalty on the offensive line. Had a receiver over here on the near sideline, about the 50-yard line midfield stripe. Not able to connect on that pass. Clock is stopped. 2:09 to go in the second quarter. Villarreal brings them back up to the line. Shotgun formation. Villarreal drops back, has a receiver, and it is caught, brought down, defended by Mike Nelson. But that is a reception. That'll bring up a third down. So Ryan Hansen, the tight end for Grafton, hauls that pass in. Clock continues to tick. 1:45 to go in the second quarter. So quickly up to the line now is Grafton. Villarreal brings him up, spread formation, trips to the left. Twins on the right-hand side. Villarreal looks down, puts his wingman, Braylon Baldwin, in motion. Now we have a penalty. Penalty flag is down. That'll stop the clock. We have a false start again on the offense.
Tackled by Grant Lyons.
So another penalty by the Grafton Spoilers, going to back him up. Instead of a 3rd and 8. The score is 28-8. Lisbon leads this one, 1:15 to go. So we do have a timeout now. Lisbon calls a timeout. So backed them up 5 yards, 3rd and 8. Ball is on the 48-yard line, back into their own territory. So we're going to go ahead and break away here on this timeout for another 30-second timeout of our own.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
All right, we're back now. Lisbon called a timeout. 1:13 to go in the second quarter. Lisbon leads this one 28-8. Grafton does have the ball. It made it into Bronco territory, but a couple penalties has pushed them back. to their own 48-yard line. Now Villarreal has them set up. Shotgun formation. Low snap to Villarreal. Now busting through the line is Grant Lyons, and taking him down is Grant Lyons for Lisbon. Lyons busted through on a speed rush by Lyons. Quarterback sack takes Villarreal back to the 39-yard line. So 1:05 to go in the second quarter. Another timeout, so we'll go ahead and break away for another 30-second timeout.
North Dakota. We offer boarding for all of your furry companions. Whether you're going on vacation or you have an emergency, we are here for you. We know they are a member of your family, and we will treat them as if they were one of our own. Kennel tours are always welcome. Check us out on Facebook at Kate's Kennels or visit our website at kateskennels.com. Give us a call at 701-347-4176 for all your furry friend boarding needs.
Fact. High schools need every sports official they can find. Want to ensure that kids keep playing? Become an official and a leader. Over 25,000 North Dakota student athletes participate in statewide schools.
All right, after our timeout here by the Broncos, the punt is away, fielded by Greenlee at about the 32-yard line. Greenlee finding some running room on the left-hand side. Greenlee still on his feet. Greenlee able to get across midfield, still on his feet. We do have a penalty. 2 flags down on the far side of the field. You're looking at either a block in the back or more than likely a hold over there on that far side of the field. Greenlee takes the return out across midfield to the Grafton 42-yard line. There are 2 flags, so it is a block in the back by the Broncos. I'll move the ball back. Well, instead of Lisbon starting in good field position, they're going to start back in their own territory at their own 35-yard line. 51 seconds to go in the second quarter. So Olsen will bring him up to the line. Shotgun formation. Greenlee split to the right of Olsen. In motion is Mike Nelson. So Nelson around the near sideline looking for some running room as Nelson runs into his own blocker. Then hauled out right at the, not able to get out of bounds. Staying in bounds is Mike Nelson on the carry. So Nelson, a gain of 4 yards, brings up 2nd and 6.
Tackled by Ryan Hansen.
So Olsen quickly brings him back to line. Shotgun formation. Greenlee split out to the left, looking downfield, looking deep again. Has film. Intercepted by Grafton downfield. That ball is intercepted. Still on his feet, moving across midfield. Now to the 40, 35-30, and knocked out of bounds.
Baldwin with the pass interception.
So that pass from Olsen intended for Svim, that is intercepted. So Braylon Baldwin hauls it in for Grafton. So with 7 seconds remaining, Grafton will take over at their own 30-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. 7 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Pass intended for Svim. Svim just outran the coverage. Baldwin camping out in the middle of the field. Hits the high point on the ball, able to haul it in for an interception. Nice return on the catch, back across midfield, down to the Bronco 30-yard line. So Grafton will have 7 seconds remaining in the second quarter to try to put something across that goal line. No low snap. No, Villarreal just has to fall on it. We do have a timeout with 2 seconds left. So that was a low snap. Villarreal falls on it. Now Grafton takes a timeout with 2 seconds remaining. We'll go ahead and step away for another word from our sponsors.
Sports provides students with real-time training for real life. Teamwork and planning under pressure provide our young men and women with skills that will serve them throughout their lives. Without officials, high school sports wouldn't exist. It may be more
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
All right, final 2 seconds of the second quarter. Villarreal has them brought up to the line. Go back in motion, looking downfield, timing pattern, looks deep downfield, and that'll be the end of the second quarter on that incomplete pass. So Villarreal going for the home run ball on that far sideline. The pass was intended for Baldwin, not able to connect on that, so that brings up halftime here. Lisbon leads this one 28-8. So down here in Lisbon, we do have some halftime festivities going on. It is also senior night, and then we also have some Pee Wee flag football going on at halftime. So we're going to take an extended break away from the mic here and run some ads. But before that, we'll go ahead and cap some scoring on the First Class Mortgage halftime show. So opening up in the with 58 seconds left, they're opening up the scoring where the Lisbon Broncos at 58 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So Greenlee on a 7-yard run puts Lisbon up on the board 6-0. So a lot of scoring in that last minute of the first quarter. At 37 seconds remaining in the second quarter, Blaze Ranke, 38-yard interception return for a touchdown by Blaze Ranke. So Lisbon puts 6 more up on the board. Lisbon goes up 12-0. And at this point, no 2-point conversion scored by Lisbon, so just 12 points on the board for the Broncos. Then Grafton answers right back on an 80-yard touchdown return by number 6, Chance Burns. So Burns takes it back on the ensuing kickoff, 80 yards. Grafton answered back, put 6 points on the board. They're able to complete the 2-point conversion on a pass from Villarreal, so puts 8 points on the board for Grafton. So score now is Lisbon 12, Grafton 8. Lisbon answers back with Levi Svems. Svem takes it in at the 10:54 mark of the second quarter from 14 yards out is Levi Svem. 6 more points on the board for the Broncos. 2-point conversion is not good. Or excuse me, 2-point conversion is good by Greenlee, so that puts 8 points on the board for Lisbon. Score is now 20-8. Then at the 5:37 mark of the second quarter, Griffin McDaniel takes it in from 1 yard out on the fullback dive up the middle. So Greenlee up the middle, takes it in from 1 yard out. Greenlee on the 2-point conversion takes it in for 2 more points. That puts Lisbon up by a score of 28-8. So at halftime, Lisbon leads this one 28-8. We'll go ahead and step away now for an extended halftime and some ads from our sponsors. And we'll be back for a second half of football action in about 10 minutes.
Assistant coach Jason Coonsey, wife Jennifer.
Place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community. One that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. With the Hope Golf Course, you can enjoy your personal time in town. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
All right, we're back in Lisbon, North Dakota for extended halftime. We're just going to go ahead and cut it down to the field for some little flag football action here by the Lisbon Elementary School flag football teams. All right, we're back here. We're going to go ahead and step away with a short word from our sponsors.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
We make products that last decades. Being able to stand behind our products and having something that is so known for that is awesome.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on YourLiveEvent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter! Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on YourLiveEvent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7. If you want help.
All right, we're back here live in Lisbon, North Dakota. Lisbon leads this one by a score of 28-8. A little bit of extended halftime action there. Just brought it down live to the field. Lisbon flag football program out there cutting it up at halftime down in Lisbon. So we're back. Lisbon set to receive the ball from Grafton. So just looking at unofficially rushing for Greenlee. He has 7 carries for right around 80 yards unofficially. Oh, wide Olsen. That's 4 carries for 40 yards, so 4 carries for 40 yards. Greenlee, 7 carries for 80 yards. Greenlee back set for the Broncos. Greenlee and Nelson back for the Broncos to receive the kickoff. A kick is away, a little short pooch kick going for the out of bounds. Lisbon does fall on it right here on the near side of the field. It'll look like he maybe if you let that one go, it would have went out of bounds, but it's kind of a dangerous kick there. If you let it go and doesn't go out of bounds, you don't cover it, then the other team gets to that ball. It's a turnover. So Lisbon takes over 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. So 1st and 10, 37-yard line for Lisbon. Well, Lisbon at the end of that second quarter turned it over. Interception, run back in deep into Lisbon territory. Oh, handoff up the middle to Greenlee. Greenlee breaks it open for about a 10-yard carry by Bowden Greenlee. So Greenlee able to get up across the 45 to the 46-yard line. So it is just short of the first down. Markham short of the first down, so 9-yard run by Greenlee. To open this second half of play for Lisbon, 9-yard run by Greenlee. Oh, Olsen has shotgun formation. Greenlee to the right of Olsen. Trip formation, swing pass there to Levi Svem. Svem has the ball. Find a little bit of running room over on that far side. There was a couple of stiff arms getting a little physical over there on that far sideline. Does pick up the first down, gain of about 5 yards on that reception.
To Levi Svem, and that's enough for a Broncos first down.
So Olsen quickly brings him back up the line. Little picked up tempo now for Lisbon. Olsen shotgun formation. It's Fem on the end around to the near side. Picks up about 2 yards, brought down quickly by Grafton defenders. So Aiden McLean on that tackle. Slow to get up is McLean. Another Grafton spoiler on the ground. So we're going to go ahead and break away for another word from our sponsors.
Strives for excellence and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onset Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Natick, Page, and Castleton. Or view our website, www.onstedlaw.com.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
So we did have an injured Grafton spoiler down on the field. Able to get up and walk off under his own power is number 23, Adam Savini. So Savini have to sit out for at least one play. He's also the fullback on the offense, on the offensive side of the ball. Well, Lisbon now 2nd and 8. Cross midfield to the 45-yard line. So Olsen brings him up, shotgun formation. Greenlee just split to the right of Olsen. Had trips on the right. Little delayed draw there to Greenlee up the middle. Greenlee picks up enough for the first down.
That's enough for a Broncos first down.
So Greenlee picks up the first down for Lisbon. Pushes the ball to the 31, 32-yard line. Or excuse me, the 36-yard line. Olsen brings it back under center. 1st and 10 from the 36, from Grafton's 36-yard line. Lisbon driving down the field. Greenlee in motion. Olsen pulls it down, a little fake pass there to Greenlee on the outlets. Olsen pulls it down, runs up the middle for a gain of about 5 yards.
Gain of 4 will bring up 2nd and 6 for the Broncos.
They'll give him a gain of 4 on that carry, so 2nd and 6 balls on the 32-yard line. So Olsen now two consecutive draws up the middle, one to Greenlee and now one wide. Olsen keeps him himself. Olsen drops back to pass, pressure up the middle, a little screen set up, and it is complete. The pass is complete, looks like to Levi Svem. Svem all up the middle, fighting for some yards.
Pass complete to Levi Svem.
So Svem does make it up to that first down marker. The ball
For another Bronco first down.
now spotted on the 25-yard line, 25-yard line of Grafton on that completion from Olsen to Svem. Olsen having good success on those short yardage passes, not able to complete on anything long just yet. Nelson in motion, fake handoff to Nelson. Olsen calls his own number up the middle, and then cut down
Wyatt Olsen on the carry.
on that right-hand side. So darting in there is the Grafton defenders able to cut down Olsen on the right-hand side, running through that hole. So gain of 5 yards for Wyatt Olsen on that carry. Lisbon now down on the Grafton 20-yard line. 2nd down, 5 to go. We're in the 3rd quarter. The Olsen shotgun formation has Greenlee. Hand off to Green to the left side. Greenlee finds some running room. Able to hit the corner on that. Now brought down out of bounds at about the 5-yard line.
Tackled by Braylon Baldwin.
About a 15-yard run by Bowden Greenlee. Brought down just short of the 5-yard line.
Flag in the play.
There is a flag, so it is a holding call against the Broncos. There was a flag on that play. Greenlee on a nice run and about a 15-yard gain down just short of the 5-yard line. That will be brought back. 7:37 mark, clock is stopped. The backs Lisbon up He backs him up to the 27-yard line. So now 2nd and 14 for Broncos. Spotted the ball at the 28-yard line for Lisbon. In Grafton territory. Now Svem in motion. Olsen drops back the pass, looking for a receiver in the middle of the field. And snuffed out, then finds Greenlee, but Greenlee's knee touched the ground. But Greenlee is down. Get a couple yards back. They'll have a couple yards back on that reception from Greenlee. Maybe 2 or 3 yards. About a 2-yard gain on that reception from Olsen to Greenlee on the screen up the middle. Olsen brings it back up to the line. 3rd down and 13. Lisbon in Grafton territory. Ball's on the 27-yard line. That's Greenlee in motion. Olsen pulls it down. Fake to Greenlee on the outlet pass. Greenlee watches Olsen run up the middle for about a 5-yard gain. So it is a 4th and 4 for the Broncos. Ball's on the 19-yard line. It looks like there is a timeout. Lisbon calls a timeout with 5:55 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll go ahead and step away for 30 seconds.
American Family Agent, I look out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Chris Heisey. Visit me online at chrisheisey.com. These days, everyone wants to save money. I can show you how easy it is by having multiple policies. By combining your auto and homeowner's insurance, I can put some change back into your pocket. My website again is chrisheisey.com. I want to be your American Family Agent.
American Family Insurance.
Back here in the 3rd quarter. And a handoff to Greenlee up the middle. Greenlee finding some running room. He will fall forward enough to picks up the 1st down. So Greenlee gains about 6 yards on that carry. 5:45. Clock continues to run in the 3rd quarter. Lisbon leads this one 28-8. Lisbon picks up a 1st down. They do have enough there. The stick is just short of the goal line. So it is a 1st and 10. Ball's on the 12-yard line. So Olsen under center, hands off to Greenlee. Greenlee had a nice hole, cuts it up. Big running room there for Greenlee. Falls across the goal line, so it is a touchdown for Bowden Greenlee. Greenlee in for the score. 12-yard touchdown run for Bowden Greenlee. So Greenlee on the dive on the right-hand side finds the lane, cuts it to the outside, across the goal line. So at the 5:17 mark, Lisbon puts another 6 up on the board, 2-point conversion. On that 2-point conversion, hand off to Greenlee up the middle on the left-hand side. He falls across for the 2 points. So that'll put Lisbon up now 36-8. 5:17 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll go ahead and break away for another 30-second timeout.
my planter trying to figure out if I need any maintenance parts replaced.
It's harvest time, buddy.
Yeah, I know, but the guys at RDK Enterprises keep reminding me to check now, just in case I need something ordered.
What do I look for?
Just give RDK a call and ask some questions. They are the guys I go to for answers.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. We will answer all of your planter questions or come out to your farm and take a look at your planter. Give us a call, 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
In Hope, North Dakota.
All right, back here in Lisbon, North Dakota, up at Bronco Field. 5:17 remaining in the third quarter. Bowden Greenlee put 6 more points on the scoreboard with that 12-yard touchdown run. Add the 2-point conversion. Lisbon's now up 36-8. No, Lisbon set to kick off. Grant Lyons, kicker for Lisbon. Wyatt Webb, our normal kicker, out for the game. Set back to receive the kickoff is Chance Burns. A line drive kick to the opposite side of the field. Across the 20 down to the 25. Brought down at about the 25-yard line is Baldwin, so looks like they got up to the 30-yard lines. Grafton takes over at their own 30-yard line, so 1st and 10 for Grafton. Down by a score of 36-8. So 5:11 to go in the third quarter. So there was a penalty on that play, so that moves the ball up to the 44-yard line, 44-yard line. And if Grafton didn't see what that penalty was. So Villarreal brings him up under center. A shotgun formation brings him up to the line. The Twins left and right, open backfield. Now starting through there is Colton Tapson. Tapson forces Villarreal just to throw that into the dirt. So Lisbon bringing pressure right away on this drive by Grafton.
They'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Broncos.
So Tapson coming from that left end position. Just darts through that line. A lot of pressure on Villarreal, just has to throw it away. Villarreal brings it back up to the line, shotgun formation. That trips on the right side. Twins on the left, spread formation. Brings Baldwin in motion. And Villarreal decides to keep it. Coming around the near sideline is Villarreal. Villarreal not able to get any yards on that. Maybe a loss of 2 or 3. Lisbon, nice job defending that. So Lisbon able to stretch that one out, not give Villarreal the edge there. And brings him down for about a 4-yard loss.
They'll bring up 3rd and 14 for the Spoilers.
So now 3rd and 14 for Grafton at their own 40-yard line. At 4:28 to go in the third quarter, Lisbon leads 36-8. Villarreal brings him up to the line, shotgun formation, set back. And finds the receiver, that Burns in the middle of the field. Burns just not able to hold that or haul that in.
Intended for Chance Burns. They'll bring up 4th and 14 for the Spoilers.
So Burns not able to handle that pass from Villarreal. Brings up 4th down and 13. Ball is on the Grafton or the Spoiler 40-yard line.
Bowden Greenlee back for the Broncos.
So Bowden Greenlee back set to receive the punt from Grafton. Sets back at about his 25-yard line. I think there's a flag on the play.
Legal substitution.
So an illegal substitution on Grafton. That'll back them up 5 more yards. Makes it 4th and 19. Their own 35-yard line. Greenlee set back to receive. This takes a couple step forward. That punt is away. This high kick, going to take a bounce. Takes a Lisbon bounce at the 43-yard line. So Lisbon will take over at their own 43-yard line. So on that punt by Grafton, not fielded by Lisbon, takes a Lisbon bounce, bounces forward right around the 43-yard line. Yeah, 4:01 to go in the third quarter. Hey, Olsen will bring him up to the line. Under center is Wyatt Olsen. The I formation. McDaniel the fullback, Greenlee tailback. And a handoff to Greenlee. McDaniel leading the way there. That was Trent Metzen. Looked like Metzen now substituted in the game for Griffin Greenlee. So Trent Metzen getting a little bit of action there at fullback. So Greenlee out of the game. So that was Mike Nelson on the carry.
That's a Broncos first down.
About a 10-yard carry up the middle for Mike Nelson with Trent Metzen leading the way. So Bowden Greenlee comes out of the game. Levi Svem out of the game. A couple seniors for the Broncos. So Nelson about a 10-yard carry, 10-yard gain on that. 1st and 10 for Lisbon. Olsen still in there. Hand off to Nelson again. Now keeper by Olsen. Olsen looking for a receiver downfield. Has a receiver. Looks like he finds Lincoln in there.
Olsen's pass is complete to Hunter Langoff.
Excuse me, the tight end, Hunter Langoff. So Langoff hauls that in. Another first down for Lisbon. About 11-yard pass reception for Hunter Langoff. Langoff, the tight end, getting the start for the injured Wyatt Webb. Olsen brings him back up to the line. Under center, Nelson and Metzen in the backfield, I formation, hand off to Nelson to the right side. Nelson finding a little bit of daylight, falls forward for about a 5-yard gain as Mike Nelson brings it up to the 30-yard line. The score is 36-8. Clock continues to run, 2:31 remaining in the third quarter. Olsen still in at quarterback. I formation. Metzen the fullback. Nelson the tailback. Olsen drops back to Pat. Looking for a receiver. Has Lincoln Adair downfield. Wide open is Lincoln Adair, and it is caught in the end zone by Lincoln Adair. So that is a reception from Olsen to Lincoln Adair. Touchdown reception. So that pass is caught. About a 29-yard touchdown reception from Olsen to Adair. The 6 more points up on the board for the Bronco at about the minute 40 mark of the third quarter. Well, Lisbon going for that 2-point conversion. Olsen under center, I formation, hand off to Nelson. Nelson finding some running room and across the goal line for that 2-point conversion. 2 more points on the Broncos. Now the score is 44-8. So we'll go ahead and cut away for another 30-second timeout.
Community. One that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. With the Hope Golf Course, you can enjoy your personal time in town. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
holding off on some smaller projects to get me work.
All right, back here live at Bronco Field, Lisbon, North Dakota. Lisbon leads this one by a score of 44-8. Minute 15 to go in the fourth quarter. Ball taken by Grafton at about their 10-yard line. Up, finding room on that far sideline. Brought down and pushed out of bounds by Griffin McDaniel on that far sideline. So brought out to about the 47, 48-yard line of Grafton. There is a penalty on the play in the area of a holding or face mask. Well, looks like that penalty will go against the Broncos. That penalty is stepped off against the Broncos. Puts Grafton in good field position on this kickoff. With a minute 07 to go in the third quarter. So it is an unnecessary roughness call by Lisbon. Let's Grafton start at their Bronco 38-yard line, 1st and 10. In the third quarter, minute 07 to go. Villarreal brings them up under center, I-back formation. Villarreal hands it off up the middle. Find a little bit of running room, gain of about 3 or 4 yards. Brings it up to the 35-yard line, so 3-yard carry. Chance Burns takes it up for a 3-yard gain. So Burns finding a little bit of running room up the middle for 3 yards. McDaniel trying to hustle off the field on that substitution. Villarreal brings him up under center. I formation. They'll hand off to Burns, the tailback. Burns finding some more room, grabbed the jersey. One of the Bronco defenders there in the middle of the field able to grab the jersey of Burns before he found some more daylight. Brought down at the 30-yard line. About 4-yard, 6-yard gain, we'll call it for Burns. So that brings up 3rd and 1. Well, Grafton now pushing the tempo a little bit. Continuous clock running here, down to 3 seconds here at the end of the third quarter. Looking to get the playoff, not able to do it. So Grafton not able to get that playoff at the end of the third quarter. So after 3 quarters of play, Lisbon leads this one by a score of 44-8. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second timeout.
Built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Kate's Kennels, located in Castleton, North Dakota. We offer boarding for all of your furry companions. Whether you're going on vacation or you have an emergency, we are here for you. We know they are a member of your family, and we will treat them as if they were one of our own. Kennel tours are always welcome. Check us out on Facebook at Kate's Kennels or visit our website at kateskennels.com. Give us a call at 701-347-4176 for all your furry friend boarding needs.
Back here for the final quarter of play. Lisbon leads this one by a score of 44-8. Grafton 3rd and 2 from their Bronco 30-yard line. They do have a penalty on this play. A false start on the offense, so a false start on the spoilers. They'll back them up 5 yards. So instead of a 3rd and 2, we now have a 3rd and 7 for Grafton. They started this drive in pretty good field position. A nice kick return, and then it was brought out across midfield into Bronco territory on a necessary roughness penalty on the Broncos. Be the first play of the fourth quarter. Grafton Villarreal under center brings a man in motion to the near side. A fake handoff there, finds a receiver out in the flats. Wide open receiver running across the 20 down to about the 15-yard line. Close to the 10-yard line. So Villarreal finds a receiver. Number 36 looks like a Ryan Hansen out there. So Ryan Hansen, the tight end, able to haul that in. Big gain. Pushed out at the 15-yard line, so 1st and 10 for Grafton. Ball on the 15-yard line, far side of the field. Villarreal under center, hands off to Burns. So now Burns out finds room here on the left-hand side of the field and goes to the near side, just not able to cut it up down to about the 10-yard line. That was Delgado, number 11 on the carry. There is a penalty on the play, so face mask. Looks like holding. Oh, it is a holding call. Grafton just finding some positive yards, positive plays by Grafton, and another penalty on the Spoilers. That's going to back them up. So backs them up. Looks like onto the at the 20-yard line. Don't make that the 25-yard line. So now Grafton 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Excuse me, 1st and 20. The quick out, some running room over that far sideline. So that pass is complete to Braylon Baldwin.
Tackled by Jake Lyons.
So Villarreal able to connect on that pass to Braylon Baldwin on the far side of the field. He puts the ball down to the 13-yard line, now 2nd and 7. That was a 1st and 20. So a gain of 13 yards on that connection from Villarreal to Baldwin. So Villarreal brings him back up to the line at high formation. Burns and Delgado in the backfield. So hands off to Burns, right side. Find a little running room over there is Burns.
Burns on the carry.
Burns maybe a gain of about three yards on that carry.
By Trenton Metzen.
So Trent Metzen into the game for the Broncos on defense, able to make that stop on Burns. Brings up a 3rd and 5. Ball is on the 11-yard line. So 9:22 to go. Clock continues to run. We're in the 4th quarter. The Grafton can still pick up a 1st down. 5 yards to go. 3rd and 5. So Villarreal set back to pass. Has a receiver on the far side, not able to make that connection over there.
Villarreal's pass is
So that falls incomplete. So it brings up 4th down. It'll be 4th and 5 now for Grafton at the Bronco 11-yard line. Grafton had a nice drive going and been stymied by their own penalties, pushing them back a few yards, not able to keep the momentum. Able to make their way back up to the 11-yard lines of the Broncos. 11-yard line of the Broncos, now 4th and 5. And Villarreal in the shotgun formation, split backs left and right. Villarreal drops back to pass, has a receiver, breaking into the end zone and not able to haul that in.
pass to Baldwin is incomplete.
So that pass defended by the Broncos. Baldwin not able to haul that in, so that'll be you change over on downs, but there is a flag on the play, so it could be pass interference, possible pass interference by the Broncos. So that will go against the Broncos, be automatic first. Well, it still brings up 4th down. Looks like 4th and maybe a half a yard. So it is 4th and 1. Ball's on the 6-yard line. Timeout on the field by the Broncos. So we'll go ahead and break away for another 30-second timeout.
High schools need every sports official they can find. Want to ensure that kids keep playing? Become an official and a leader. Over 25,000 North Dakota student athletes participate in statewide school-sponsored sports programs. Sports provide students with real-time training for real life. Teamwork and planning under pressure provide our young men and women with skills that will serve them throughout their lives. Without officials, high school sports wouldn't exist. It may be more.
Since 1980.
All right, back here at Bronco Field, Lisbon, North Dakota. Lisbon leads this one by a score of 44-8. 8:05 remaining in the 4th quarter. Timeout by the Broncos. Have a 4th down and 1 situation for Grafton. Grafton has been able to move the ball down the field and just getting in their own way with some penalties. Now bringing the ball down to the 7-yard line. So Villarreal has it up under center, a handoff. And stopped by the Broncos. The Broncos coming up with a big stop. There's a handoff to Chance Burns. Burns falls forward, but it looks like he stopped short of the 1st down over on that left-hand side. So it is a change over on downs for the Broncos.
Broncos will take over on down.
Oh, Lisbon defense comes up big, holds Grafton out of the end zone with 7:59 remaining in the 4th quarter. Well, Lisbon takes over on downs, 1st and 10 from their 7-yard line. There's a handoff up the middle. Looks like Nelson with the ball. And one of the substitutions there for Lisbon. So that's Eli Lyons. Eli Lyons getting a little work for the Broncos. Lyons, a freshman for Lisbon, in at tailback. There's 7:38 remaining in the 4th quarter. Clock continues to run. Lisbon's up 44-8. So under center are the Broncos. Another handoff to Eli Lyons. Maybe a short gain for maybe a yard. I think Lyons maybe a yard. About a yard gain on that carry, so it brings up a 3rd and 5. Ball's now on the 12-yard line. Adair brings in the play into the huddle. Broncos back up to the line under center. Use the quarterback. It's high formation. The Lions, the fullback, now gives it to Metzen. Metzen finding some running room up the middle. Metzen still on his feet. Falling forward is Trent Metzen. So Metzen able to take it out across the 30 to the 35, almost 36-yard line. So that is a 1st down for the Broncos. A nice run up the middle by Trent Metzen. Picks up a 1st down for Lisbon, keeps the ball moving. The clock still ticking here at 6:14 to go in the 4th quarter. Ball's on the Bronco 31-yard line. Under center of the Broncos, I formation. Rolling out to the left-hand side. Nothing doing and drop down for a loss. Well defended by Grafton Spoilers.
Sacked by Rice.
Jordan Bittner, number 7, brought down for a loss. About a 2 or 3 yard loss there on that play, so it brings up 2nd and 13. Oh, 5:40 to go in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 13 for the Broncos. Ball's on their own 28-yard line. The Bittner hands off to Metzen. Metzen, a lot of running room over here on the near side. Metzen cuts it up. Good vision by Metzen. Able to cut it back up to midfield is Trent Metzen. The clock will continue to run. Be first down. Just short of midfield. Ball at the 49-yard line for Metzen. Lisbon just short of midfield. Bittner brings him up under center, I formation. The handoff and then end around to the far side. A lot of running room over there on the far side of the field.
Kelly on the carry.
So Seamus Kelly finding some room on that far side. Brings up another first down for Lisbon. Yeah, substitutes on both sides of the ball. The Broncos and the Spoilers now.
Perez with the tackle, and that's enough for a Broncos first down.
The Broncos continue to move the ball down the field. 4:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Lisbon's up in this one by a score of 44-8. Continuous clock running. Bittner brings them back up under center. The Eli Lions and Metzen in the backfield. I formation. Heavy on the left side. Hand off to Metzen again up the center of the field. Has a lot of running room over here to the right-hand side. Metzen bounces it out. Nice stiff arm here. Still on his feet is Metzen. Metzen fumbles the ball. It is a fumble. Looks like Metzen did recover his own fumble. Made it down to about the 6 or 7 yard line. Then Metzen coughs up the ball, falls on it. So Lisbon will retain possession. So now 1st and 10, ball is on the 7 yard line. There's a fumble in the backfield on the exchange from Bittner to Metzen. A little scrum there, still trying to push forward is Metzen.
Metzen sacked for a loss.
So Metzen taken down for a loss and pushes him back to the 15, 16 yard line. It brings up about a second and maybe 2nd and 17. So Bittner under center, I formation. Bittner keeps it on a bootleg down around the far side of the field, heading to the far sideline, just trying to cut the corners. Bittner.
Jordan Bittner on the run.
They're brought down at about the 5 yard line.
Delgado with the tackle.
A gain of about 8.5, 9 yards for Bittner, brings it down to the 5 yard line. So it'd be third and goal for the Broncos. So 3rd and goal, ball is on the 5 yard line. Fourth quarter, under 2 minutes to go now in the fourth quarter. A handoff to Metzen up the middle. Metzen bounces around in the inside. Second effort, pushes him across the goal line. So a touchdown from Trent Metzen. At 1:45 to go in the fourth quarter, Trent Metzen pushes it across for another 6 points. That brings the score to 50-8. Lisbon going for the 2-point conversion. Clock will continue to wind down. Bittner brings them up under center. The I formation. Lions fullback, Metzen the halfback. Hand off to Metzen to the left side. Metzen falls across for the 2-point conversion. It is good. Now score 52-8. Lisbon's up in this one. We have a change in possession. We'll be back for what will likely be the final kickoff by the Broncos in 30 seconds.
The next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
All right, back here for the final minute 08 of this game between the Grafton Spoilers and the Lisbon Broncos. Lisbon leads this one by a score of 52-8. And Trent Benson pushes it across the goal line for Lisbon, puts 6 more points on the board for the Broncos, and ticks in the 2-point conversion, bringing that score over the half-century mark. On the kickoff is fielded, a short kick at about the 35-yard line, across to the 40, and now brought down at the 41-yard line where Grafton will take over 1st and 10. A minute 02 remaining in the game. The Eli Lions with the tackle on the kickoff.
Spoilers will start their drive on the 42-yard line.
Grafton starting this final, what will likely be the final drive of the game on the 42-yard line, their own 42. So Grafton taking over on their own 42-yard line, 1st and 10, minute 02 to go in the 4th quarter. Looks like a mishandled exchanger between the center and the quarterback. But is recovered by Lisbon. So Lisbon recovers that fumble on the exchange from the center to the quarterback. With 57 seconds to go, Lisbon will take over. So on this Bank North scoreboard, we do have 57 seconds remaining. Lisbon leads this one by a score of 52-8. Lisbon will just go ahead and go into the victory formation. Let the clock tick off. There is time for another play, so Lisbon will get back to the line. And that'll do it here from Bronco Field. You got your final here by a score of 52-8. The Lisbon Broncos take this one over the Grafton Spoilers. So we'll be back in 30 seconds for your Tommy's Express Car Wash postgame show.
We aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. With the Hope Golf Course, you can enjoy your personal time in town. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
it's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
We make products that last decades. Being able to stand behind our products and having something that is so known for that is awesome.
All right, welcome back to Bronco Field. We'll go ahead and start your Tommy's Express post-game show. So Lisbon goes on to win this one by a score of 52-8. Starting the scoring in the first quarter was a Bowden Greenlee run, 7-yard run, putting Lisbon on top of this one in the first quarter at the 58-second mark. 2-point conversion is no good. That final minute of scoring in that first quarter, it was a frenzy with Lisbon and Grafton both putting in another touchdown. Blaze Ranke would take a interception 38 yards across the goal line for another Lisbon touchdown. Put Lisbon up 12-0. 2-point conversion was no good. Then at the 23-second mark of the remaining in the first quarter, Chance Burns takes an 80-yard touchdown return on the ensuing kickoff, puts Grafton on the board. 2-point conversion is good on a Villarreal pass. That moves the score 12-8. Keeping things close, but going into the second quarter with just a minute off the clock, a minute into the second quarter at the 11-minute mark, Levi Sfem takes it in from 14 yards out on an end-around run across the goal line, puts 6 more points up on the board for the Broncos. And Greenlee, finally Lisbon pushes a 2-point conversion across, so Greenlee picks up the 2-point conversion for Lisbon and puts Lisbon up on that by a score of 20-0. In the second at the 11-minute mark in the second quarter. And then at 5:37 into the second quarter, Griffin McDaniel, the fullback, runs it out from 1 yard, puts Lisbon up with 6 more points. 26-8 is the score. 2-point run by Greenlee puts Lisbon up by a score of 28-8 at halftime. Then going into the third quarter, Bowden Greenlee does it again on a 13-yard run at the 5:17 mark in the third quarter. 2-point conversion is good by Greenlee. So Lisbon goes up by a score of 36-8. Then at the minute 40 mark in the third quarter, Lincoln Adair hauls a 29-yard touchdown pass from Wyatt Olson. On that connection, Adair goes 29 yards, puts 6 more points up on the scoreboard for the Broncos. So that pushes Lisbon up across the 40-point mark. 2-point conversion is good, puts Lisbon up by a score of 44-8 at the minute 40 mark in the third quarter. Then again in the fourth quarter, and the final 2 minutes of play, Trent Metzen takes it in on a 7-yard run across the goal line. So Metzen scoring for the Broncos at the minute 45 mark. 2-point conversion by Metzen is also good. So that brings it to the final score. It's all Lisbon after the that 80-yard touchdown run by Chance Burns in the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter. So Lisbon leads and goes away with this one by a score of 52-8. We'll be back in about 30 seconds to go ahead and talk about your Enbridge Player of the Game and your RDK Enterprises Player of the Game.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on YourLiveEvent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter. Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on YourLiveEvent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7. If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Natick, Page, and Castleton. Or view our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
All right, welcome back to Bronco Field. By your final score, Lisbon over Grafton by a score of 52-8. Your Enbridge Player of the Game goes to Wyatt Olson. Olson for the Broncos. Number 11, the quarterback, comes into this game throwing a touchdown on a connection to Lincoln Adair in the third quarter, also doing it on his feet, picking up several runs over 7 yards, 10 yards, 5 yards, 8 yards, 5 yards, another one for 9, another one for 10. So both are Wyatt Olson not only able to do it through the air, throwing a pass for a touchdown, but also calling his own number several times throughout the game and doing it with his feet as well. Just bringing in another offensive weapons for the Broncos. And then your Enbridge Energy Player of the Game is Energy for Life. Learn more at enbridge.com for your career opportunities. Your RDK Enterprise Player of the Game goes to Chance Burns from Grafton. Burns, in that first quarter with 23 seconds remaining, Burns takes it on an 80-yard touchdown run on that ensuing kickoff after that interception by Blaze Ranke. So Chance Burns is your RDK Enterprises Player of the Game. RDK Enterprises wishes you a safe harvest and thank you for your business. Go online to planner.com for more information on RDK Enterprises. So just looking around after the game here in Lisbon, Lisbon takes this one by a score of 52-8. Other games tonight around the area, you had Central Cass going up against Linton HMB. That's another big game for Region 1. Northern Cass was at Sargent County. Big game up at Kindred. You had number 4 Oaks High School taking on Kindred. And then Oak Grove High School, they're winless, taking on a winless Edgley Ellendale Calm Thunder. Both teams at 0-5. Other big games in the high school ranks in 11B was Thompson at Langdon Edmore Munich. And you also had out west, you had number 4 Botno High School taking on Rugby. And Kenmare Bull Bells at number 3 Velva Drake Animus. A couple big 9-man games going on around the area. Lavore Litchfield Marion, number 1 team, 9-man in North Dakota, taking on number 4 Mayport CG. That game was played up in Mayport. And then another game, 9-man game, was Enderlin High School at Maple River. So that'll wrap it up for this edition of Your Live Event. Lisbon goes and takes this game by a score of 52-8. Lisbon's back in action next week. They'll take on Northern Cass here in Lisbon. And that'll be on the 30th of September. Then on the 7th of October, Lisbon will play over in Oaks. That'll be a big game for some positioning in Region 1. That game will be played over in Oaks on the 7th of October. And then on the 14th of October, Lisbon takes on Sargent County. So that'll do it here from Lisbon, North Dakota, up at Bronco Field. Lisbon wins this one by a score of 52-8.